Hi everyone, thank you for your patience. Sorry to keep you waiting. Tonight's class is Stress Less, Live More. And of course we had a little bit of a crazy evening here and had to squeeze someone in, and that's why we're starting late. But I'm so glad that we have this time together, and the material that we're going to share is so relevant and so important. And will make a big difference in the results that you get from your chiropractic care and hopefully the way you think about and take care of your body. Hey there, Donald. So we said that the class is called Stress Less, Live More. What we want for you is more health, more ease and comfort, of course. And even more than that, we want to see you living more of your potential, having more joy, more fun in life. And stress is a major player in stealing from us and us getting less health, less ease, less fun, and less of everything out of life. So stress is something that we definitely need to address. You know, the CDC estimates that 90% of doctors' visits are either primarily related to a condition caused by stress or that stress is a contributing cause. 90% of doctors' visits. And you know what 90% of doctors' visits end up in? 90% of prescription. So we want less stress, more health, less drugs in our bodies and in our lives. When we experience a stressor, it triggers your sympathetic nerve system. So there's two sides to your nerve system, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And ideally they are working together, balanced, to make sure everything is in homeostasis. Now when you experience a stress, it stimulates the sympathetic nerve system, which is the fight or flight component of the nerve system. Unfortunately, we think of stress as just one thing when big bad stuff happens in our life. And that's major emotional stress, yes. What we tend to forget is that there are little everyday emotional stressors that are ongoing and are kind of just background noise to us at this point. We are just so conditioned to living a fast-paced, stressful life full of news from all around the world, just social media feeds and constant inundation with stress. So we forget that there's this constant, low level stress that is triggering our sympathetic nerve system all the time. The other thing that we forget to pay attention to is the fact that there are two other types of stress besides emotional stress. There is chemical stress and there is physical stress. And it really doesn't matter the type of stress. Your body has to perceive and experience it and react and adapt to it through the nerve system. So all stresses, whether it be a physical stress of, being stuck at the computer all day, every day, or a physical stress of, lifting and carrying heavy things, or the chemical stress that we face, medications that we have to put in our body, pollutants and things that are in the products that we use. So there's all of these types of stresses. They're all firing off the sympathetic nerve system. And when the sympathetic nerve system goes up, cortisol goes up, everything is out of balance. Your physiology is designed to change the way it works. Everything about your physiology, your hormones, your blood chemistry, everything is meant to change to protect you for short periods of time when you're enduring stress. And then ideally that stress is supposed to pass and we're supposed to go back to a balanced state. Unfortunately, stress isn't passing so much anymore and we're staying in this chronic sympathetic state. And that is causing disruption of our immune function, disruption of our sleep, imbalances in hormones, our blood chemistry, major contributing factors to poor health, disease, discomfort, anxiety, stress, depression, all of these things. So, what do we need to do? Well, an adjustment, when you have a chiropractic adjustment, what happens is a massive amount of information through the spinal joints go to the brain, and it stimulates the parasympathetic nerve system. So I want you to think of it like a seesaw. Sympathetics are dominant, and we're in that fight or flight stress mode. And when we stimulate the parasympathetics, we have to push down the sympathetics and bring things more into balance, which your body likes. Balance out those cortisol levels, balance out the blood pressure, the blood chemistry, the hormones, and that is our best route to a longer, happier, healthier, calmer, more peaceful, joyful life. Even the way your brain works changes when you're in sympathetic dominant. So you can still do everything you need to do. However, you're not going to be thinking as clearly. You're not going to be thinking as creatively. You certainly aren't going to be your best, most patient self when you're sympathetic dominant. So, of course, adjustments are an absolutely critical part of dealing with life's everyday stresses. And sadly, stress is a lifetime experience for us. Like, it's not going anywhere, unfortunately. So that's one of the reasons why lifetime chiropractic care is a key component in a healthy body and a healthy life. However, wouldn't it be great if we could decrease some of those incoming stressors so that we are not creating the nerve system imbalances over and over and over again? Less stress coming in would certainly make those adjustments that you receive far more impactful. And there's ways that we can do that. You know, you could do a little bit of a self-assessment and say, you know, what are the major stresses in my life? Think physical, chemical, and emotional. And there's certainly things that are just beyond our control. We're just going to have to live with. That's the way life is right now. But there might be things on your list, on your stressors list, that don't need to be there. And when you're thinking and you're being honest with yourself and you're listening to your inner voice, if your inner voice is telling you, this doesn't need to be here, this stressor in my life is something that doesn't serve me, doesn't serve my family. If it can be eliminated, please do. You know, look for ways that you can just say yes to what builds you up and what you know is good and important for you, and say no to the things that you know are breaking you down, even when you feel obligated to do them. So there are other ways besides the adjustment to make our bodies more resilient and more adaptable, our bodies and our brains, our nerve systems, more adaptable to life's stresses. I really strongly encourage you to use gratitude, and we did a whole video, The Power of Positive Thinking, the Gratitude Edition, about how gratitude helps shift your focus. It is human instinct to focus on what is not going right, what you'd like to change, what you don't like about every part of your world. That's just human nature. But if you go out of your way and force yourself essentially to look at the bright side, be grateful for what you have, then you're going to shift your focus and start seeing more of that, start getting more of that. So strongly encourage you to go back and watch that video. Physical exercise is also a key component to making your brain and nerve system more adaptable to stress, because exercise, as long as you're not over-exercising and you're balancing it with proper rest and recuperation, physical exercise is a way for you to dispel some of the stressful energy that you experience. It also stimulates the parasympathetic nerve system. It kicks in some blood chemistry like endorphins, serotonin, and will make you a calmer, happier, healthier person if regular movement is part of your life. And this does not mean that you have to get a gym membership, get new sneakers, and do, anything big or crazy. It just means ensuring that there is movement, there is intentional exercise in your life. Even if you start small, just start somewhere. Another really powerful tool, and the last one I'm going to mention here today, is meditation. There's many, many studies, MRI studies, showing changes in the human brain even with short intervals of using mindfulness or just focus on the breathing meditation. It literally changes the way your brain responds, the way it's wired to respond, and help you to become a more adaptable person. I've said this a million times, but I used to think that you had to be able to sit and focus on just one thing in order to meditate. And I thought, there's no way that I could do that. My head is full of things. It's constant chatter up there. However, it doesn't happen unless you practice it. And the act of meditation, I tell people, think of it like the act of exercising. You have to lift that weight multiple times. So even if you catch yourself being distracted and not focusing on your breath a million times, the exercise is bringing your attention back to your breath. And that's where you build the calmness, the centeredness, the space between stimulus and reflexive action. So this is where you can take more control of your life and bring more peace into your life and be less reactive to the stressful situations that we know we are going to encounter. So, especially if you are dealing with anxiety, depression, difficulty sleeping, any physical health condition, or really are just the kind of person who wants to get the most out of their life, the most out of their chiropractic care, I want you to ask yourself, am I really doing these things? You may know about them. You may have heard me say it before. Yes, I know I need to be adjusted regularly. Yes, I know I need to practice gratitude. I need to get exercise. Meditation's good for me. But are you applying these things? They're very powerful tools, and even though they're simple, done consistently, make very big changes in your nerve system and therefore your life. Because remember, you are living your life through your brain and nerve system. So this is everything. It changes everything. And I want the best for you. We want the most out of your potential in life. So don't just brush these little things off. They may seem simple, but are you doing them consistently? And if not, just keep bringing yourself back to it. Little bits of it, just a few minutes of meditation, a minute to jot something down that you're grateful for. These are powerful things when applied consistently. And absolutely, your nerve system is your life. So I want you to think about when you lay on the table next time for your next adjustment, I want you to breathe, relax, envision that electrical signaling coming from your brain down your spinal cord out to your body through all those parts, and know that when you receive that adjustment, those signals are coming through clearer. You're balancing your nerve system. You're getting that parasympathetic in balance with the sympathetic, and you are not just making your body feel better, but you are making your brain a happier, healthier place to live. And that is influencing everything and everyone around you. So thank you very much. Tonight I am heading out and look forward to seeing you all again soon. If you're looking for that video that I referred to, it's a Power of Positive Thinking Gratitude Edition. So you can check that one out. Have a great night. Thanks for being here, everyone.